adventure begins on a Tuesday night. The kids from the loft are ready to fight. 30 years running, we ain't gonna fail. It's another great night for spinning a tale. Our adventure begins with a quick recap, a character sketch and a digital map. Get out our dice and make a roll or two. Raise up our glasses and toast our brew. What game are we playing tonight? What wrongs are we gonna set right? Let's kick some ass and take some names in tonight's incarnation of Dream Slayer's game. Roll 'em if you got 'em. 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 The villains arrive with a vicious attack, a swift blindside that takes us aback. But don't worry though, it'll all be just fine, especially if we all roll 69. What game are we playing tonight? What wrongs are we gonna set right? Let's kick some ass and take some names in tonight's incarnation of Dream Slayer's game. Roll 'em if you got 'em. Roll 'em if you got 'em. Roll 'em if you got 'em.
Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Marvel Galaxies featuring the Children of the Blindfather. Just a quick reminder about my first publication from Dreamslayer Studios. My Everyday Heroes horror compendium, Requiem, is now available for digital download on Drive-Thru RPG. So if you're looking for some great horror content for Everyday Heroes or just about any other 5e game, be sure to check out Requiem on Drive-Thru RPG. I'll have a link in the description of the episode on YouTube and our podcast episodes that should take you right to it. And as always, we really appreciate all of your support for the Dreamslayer Studios channel, and if you like what you see here tonight, please consider supporting us on Patreon. There's a lot of sneak peeks, behind the scenes, and perks that can be found as a supporter, and I am now releasing like character designs and stats and stuff like that on Patreon as well. So weekly content, in addition to all of the videos that you see, is coming at you. So I think we shall refresh your memory on what happened last episode on Marvel Galaxies, and we'll get started. The battle against Romulus and his moon wolves was fierce. A clash of steel, sorcery, and savage ferocity in the depths of the Moon Clan's cave. Romulus, ever the predator, fought with the fury of a warlord promised dominion. He revealed his allegiance to Thulsa Doom and the dark bargain he had struck. In return for Conan and Red Sonja, Romulus would be granted rule over the Black Kingdoms when the Everwinter finally choked the life from the southern lands. But the Children of the Blindfather would not be cowed. Conan and Fan Fei fought at your side, steel and wisdom clashing against the cold fury of the Moon Clan. In the end, Romulus fell, his wolves taken down, his magic sundered, and his ambitions torn asunder. Red Sonja was freed from his grasp, bloodied but defiant, and now, in the aftermath of the battle, you stand over Romulus's unconscious form, the cave heavy with the scent of blood and the dying embers of Snowbird's sorcery. Now, the question remains, what secrets still linger on the lips of Romulus? What knowledge does he hold of Thulsa Doom's designs, and why is the sorcerer so intent on claiming Conan and Red Sonja? The answers may still lie within the mind of the defeated warlord, but whether he speaks them willingly or not, is up to you. So you guys are standing over the unconscious form of Romulus, who has been basically tied with ropes and chains now to this stalagmite here at the base of the cave. And you can see that consciousness is beginning to come back to him, but you have a few moments here before he comes to discuss among yourselves. So I'll give you at least a few moments here to kind of talk to each other before he comes to. So what say you?
We kill him?
Conan
Oh.
says,
Oh.
that is a given, but I want to hear what he has on his tongue.
Fair enough.
This is a question. We're all wondering.
Well, we do need to extract as much information from him as we possibly can. Does anybody have any ideas how? Conan?
Cutting off a finger at a time. That seems to normally work for me.
Do you think he'll talk through that, though? Do you think he'll give up the information willingly? You know him better than us.
He has everything to lose at this point.
He has 10 things to lose.
He is defeated. And I will kill him.
If you'd like, I could try the hypno disc on him. See if I can turn his mind toward talkativeness.
That may be of good help. I would like to see what you could bring out of him. Perhaps that would work better than me removing appendages. But I will still remove them because that will be fun. And as he says that, Romulus begins to stir. The cold air biting at his skin as he groans and shifts against the chains on the cavern floor. His eyes begin to flicker open, and their savage gleam dulled by exhaustion and pain, yet still brimming with defiance. He bares his fangs in a bloody grin, spitting a glob of crimson onto the ice-slick ground. So, you'd keep me breathing just to hear my words. I should have known you'd want to taste the truth before you got me. He stretches his jaw, and you hear an audible pop as he brings it back into location after his jaw was dislocated during the battle. He winces at the pain just a little bit, and finally exhales a breath that curls like smoke in the frigid air. Usharia, you want to take the lead on this?
Phase 1 anyway. I don't suppose we could entice you to tell us what we want to know of these schemes now that they've crumbled.
Do I want to tell you? No. Will I tell you? I suppose we'll see.
What do you mean you suppose you'll see? Why not just tell us? Then we move on with our lives.
Well, you move on with yours, but do I move on with mine? I can see in the eyes of the Cimmerian that my death is at his hands. Now, perhaps if we
Well-
could strike a bargain.
The way I look at it, there's two ways to die: slowly, painfully, or quickly and easily.
Well,
You choose.
either one makes no difference to me. Payne and I are old friends. And
You
there
could
is some.
die. You could die heavy with the burden of all that you know, or you could die light as a feather, floating along the river Styx.
Oh, old lady, you are adorable.
Conan,
Mm.
where's that knife?
He just drives the knife right directly into his clavicle.
It was a bluff.
He says, Conan says, I don't do bluffs. He can take it. Work your magics, woman.
Yeah, maybe that's the time for some magic working. Okay. I will say karma and place the hypno disc in his line of sight.
Holy shit! Oh, that was me. I was looking at the thing too quickly, and yours didn't come up. It looked like it was 100. I guess that was the last roll I rolled last session. All right, so 50. So you called karma. You can get that up to a yellow if you get it up to a 36. Wait, hold on. No. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong column. 51 actually will do it. So just spend your 10. That gets you your yellow.
Okay.
He got a 56, which is a yellow as well. Go ahead and ask whatever question you want to ask.
Ooh. Folks, what's our quest? What's our big question?
Why does he need Red Sonja and Conan? What was the end game here?
Okay. For what nefarious scheme did you require Conan and Red Sonja?
Elsa Doom came to me in the black of night, his voice slithering like a serpent through my dreams. He promised me dominion over the Black Kingdoms once the Everwinter swallowed the lands of the South. All he asked in return was them. And his head tilts towards Conan and Red Sonja, his grin widening as he sees the flicker of rage in their eyes. I was to deliver them beyond the borders of this frozen wasteland to a valley where the snow never thaws, where the land itself is wrong. The old ones whisper its name in fear, Valusia. That is where the sorcerer waits, wrapped in shadow, watching the world turn colder by the day. He wanted them alive, though I imagine his hospitality wouldn't have lasted long. His eyes begin to narrow, and his grin fading as he looks directly at Conan. Doom fears you, barbarian, not just for what you are, but for what you will become. Romulus coughs, his strength waning. His voice drops lower and more bitter. I could have ruled the South, but the sorcerer's dreams are larger than mine. He doesn't just seek kingdoms. He seeks forever. He leans his head back against the frozen stone, exhaling a low, ragged breath. You've already ruined my kingdom. I find some joy in these final moments, knowing that you might do the same to his.
So how do we find him?
Yeah. I have already given you his location where I was to deliver Conan. Volusia.
You know where that is, Conan?
Aye. He
And
speaks
what
the
are
truth. The land is wrong. There. A fearsome place.
It seems the land is wrong here too. What is the Everwinter that is coming? Can we stop it?
Romulus speaks up again. Thulsa Doom has brought the Everwinter upon this land, and it is ever encroaching. It will continue to expand until he meets his untimely end.
Is that a pun? Untimely.
Romulus, if Thulsa Doom was here in front of you right now, what would you do?
An interesting question. Am I alone, or am I with you?
Does it matter?
It does.
You're alone.
You seek to end the Everwinter, no?
Yes.
I seek rule over the Black Kingdoms. With my aid, perhaps all of us could take Thulsa Doom to the fiery pits of hell.
And your fight with Conan was not of your own accord, simply doing the bidding of Thulsa Doom. Correct?
That was the bargain.
Can I take Conan aside and talk to him?
Sure.
And Red Sonja?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Ah.
Romulus may be useful still.
You propose that we go in league with this dog.
I think this dog could be useful to us. A dog is loyal to his master, and he's failed one. Why not become his new master? You heard him. He has no direct conflict with you. He was following orders. He could be a good soldier. We could use him to set a trap.
It seems to me there's no love lost between these two. As we can see, as Romulus sits here, he heals quickly from the wounds that we have brought upon him.
True. But he also knows that we've defeated him once and we could do it again. Especially without the distraction of his minions. I think given the opportunity, he knows he faces death. Now. Give him the opportunity to face a death at our benefit. Or for our benefit. Let him go to war with his master.
It is worth taking into consideration. You're a wise man.
My father was a wise man. Perhaps he taught me well.
Lopes, I should pose a question to you.
Yes?
We are very close to the place that I had sworn to bring you. The docks that would take you to the savage land are not far from here. This land that Romulus speaks of, this Volusia,
Yes?
would take our journey weeks out of the way. Thulsa Doom wants me, not you. You and your family have your own desires, your own mission to find your family, to get off of this planet. I do not see a need for you to risk your lives on this fool's errand with me and Red Sonja.
Are you proposing we part ways at the docks?
You and your family have proven yourselves in battle. There are not many that can say that they've crossed blades with Romulus and walked away with their heads on their shoulders. After all we've been through, you and your family have earned my respect. And Sonia has kind of been listening in on this. And she says, "And my gratitude. Not that I make a habit of being rescued, but I won't spit on good steel when it's offered." Now that Red Sonja and I have been reunited and we have been made aware of Thulsa Doom's bargain with Romulus, we are duty-bound to hunt down the Warlock and put an end to his world domination. Doom is Stygian. I have encountered him in those lands over many years. He's elusive, but if we are to confront him, Sonia, Fanfei, and I will return to the Northlands and begin our hunt. You have already done more than enough for Hyboria. You have your own adventures ahead of you to find the rest of your family and a journey into the skies from whence you fell. So no, I do not see your part in this battle, but with your words, I will take them to heart, and I will see what this Romulus can do. I do not trust him as far as I can throw him, but if he has a bone to pick with Thulsa Doom, I can use this.
Did anybody else hear our conversation? Or is it just the three of us?
I would have been eavesdropping.
Do you want to chime in?
I would just go, "Conan, now you are the wise man. We appreciate everything that you have done for us and leading us to possibly getting off of this planet. Thank you for protecting our family during this journey. But I do believe now it is time to close this chapter and try to find our way to our new home. Don't you think so, Lopes?"
While that pains me to agree with you,
Oh,
Yes.
I completely understand that.
Conan, can you survive this fight?
If I do not, I will travel to the fields of Valhalla, a happy warrior.
It's agreed then. If you can take us to the docks, we will part ways there.
Aye, it shall be done.
Turner. I'll just thank you, Conan. I'll turn around and go, that stupid son of a bitch almost got stuck here.
Are you talking about me?
Conan says, give me a few minutes with the dog. I will work out the terms of our contract.
I'm going to go make peace with the fact that I'm going to leave with side quests unfinished.
Yeah.
No. Side quests unwritten.
There's still a marker. Are there any barrels I can go look inside of? Take any scrap
what was the
metal
reward?
or salted fish or
like
anything?
what's the reward that we're leaving behind exactly?
I can't tell you that. Down in that little cavern where Red Sonja was being held captive, there's some crates and barrels down there.
I'm gonna go poke around just to make sure that there's nothing of value that I
Okay.
might be able to trade for a few denarii at some point.
All right. You travel back down to the little cave that overlooks the underground river down there, and open up a couple of crates, open up a couple of barrels. The barrels are basically filled with nearly frozen ale. They've been kept close to the fire to keep them from freezing. But in some of the crates, you find a stash of gold and jewels down there that are worth quite a lot.
This cave was obviously Romulus's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I take it.
Well, you're probably gonna have to figure out how to spread that out because there's a lot of it.
Family.
Yes.
Could we have a quick little meeting down here in this cave by these barrels of half-frozen ale and crates of gold?
There's a fire down there.
Yes. Conan wishes to speak to Romulus alone.
Yeah.
Let us give him his space down here by the fire.
I'll just go to the fire and start drying out my clothes.
Yes, we should all gold to the fire.
And so we do.
All right, so you give Conan some space and go about the process of
Gold about the process.
Gold about the process of taking the crates up to the horses and carriage that you have. You can load the crates up on there and fill pockets and satchels and pouches with all of the goods. And eventually, Romulus, Fanfey, and Red Sonja emerge with, Conan, Red Sonja, and Fanfey emerge with Romulus and Snowbird in tow. And it seems like they have come to a shaky agreement. And Conan mounts his horse, has Romulus kind of tied up behind him, and Red Sonja has Snowbird tied up behind her, and they begin the journey further south through the blizzard. And you guys make your way towards a city called Yanyoga. It takes probably the better part of a day to get there, and you'll be arriving close to probably 9 o'clock in the evening. And the docks of Yanyoga are shrouded in mist. The scent of salt and rot clinging to the air as waves lap up against the shore in the distance. And the city of Yanyoga comes into view. It's a place that was once a jewel of trade, where spice merchants from all over, warlords, warriors, freebooters, all haggled in the shadow of a great golden dome. It had been a place of vice and fortune, where gold flowed as freely as blood. But now it is a city of ghosts. As you approach the harbor, you see what remains of Yanyoga's once mighty docks. Wooden piers half buried in ice, fishing boats trapped in frozen canals, their masts like the bones of dead leviathans. The Grand Bazaar, once alive with the scent of saffron and roasted meats, now stands empty and lifeless, the stalls abandoned or repurposed into makeshift fire pits by desperate survivors. Yet even in this near-dead city, vice still thrives. As Conan guides you through the alleyways near the docks, the sound of raucous laughter and clinking tankards reaches your ears. A low-slung tavern, built out of rotting driftwood and covered in nautical charms, looms ahead. The sign above the door, a massive whale rib carved with crude symbols of fortune and doom, sways in the frozen wind. The Last Chance. A fitting name. Inside, we'll find the worst cutthroats and sea dogs this side of Viliot Sea. But there's only one we are here to see tonight. Conan turns to you with his eyes flickering with an old memory, a faint smirk curling at the corner of his scarred lips. You'll be meeting Captain Barracuda, a black-hearted devil if there ever was one, a pirate of the Viliot and the Western Ocean, a butcher, a rogue, and a man with a debt he cannot ignore. Years ago, when I sailed with the Red Brotherhood, Barracuda and I crossed blades over a hoard of Orphean gold. He was already a captain then, commanding his accursed ship, the Black Mast, crewed by every scoundrel and villain ever to escape the gallows. We fought for 3 days on the decks of a burning slaver galley, trading cuts and curses. The bastard was fast, but I was faster. In the end, he lay at my feet, bleeding from a dozen wounds, the flames closing in. I could have let him die there, roasting like a pig over a fire, but instead, I cut him free and I dragged him to safety. Barracuda swore he'd repay that debt. And today, we collect. And with that, Conan pushes open the heavy tavern door, and the stench of spiced rum, sweat, and blood hits you like a wave. Inside, sea wolves of every breed drink, gamble, and brawl. Men from Argos, Zingara, Kush, their faces weathered by salt and sin, lurk in the smoky dim light. And at the center of it all, lounging on a throne of stolen swords, sits Captain Barracuda. He's a tall, gaunt man with long black hair that's slicked back, his face half covered by an intricate tattoo of a barracuda's skull. His clothes are finer than most pirates, a crimson long coat with gold buttons, knee-high boots, and a wide belt weighed down with pistols and a curved cutlass. His fingers, heavy with rings, drum against the arm of his makeshift throne. His black eyes gleam like a shark's, predatory and unreadable. Behind him, his crew looms like specters. A monstrous man with iron teeth, a sorcerer with blind white eyes, a Stygian with a scorpion brand on his forehead. Each of them looks like they have killed for a single coin and would gladly do it again. Barracuda spots Conan, and he grins, his gold teeth flashing in the candlelight. By Crom's hairy balls, if it isn't Conan the Cimmerian. I thought you were dead, you savage bastard. Conan steps forward, resting his hand on his sword hilt. Not dead, just in need of a ship. Barracuda raises an eyebrow. His grin widens. And what poor fool is dumb enough to sail where you wish to go this time? Conan's voice is like a blade scraping against stone. You are. The laughter that follows is like a roar. But as Conan's unflinching stare meets Barracuda's, the pirate's amusement slowly fades. He leans forward, exhaling through his nose. I see. You're cashing in that favor, are you? Conan nods. Barracuda sighs, slouching back on his throne. Damn you, barbarian. Get the Black Mast ready, boys. As you exchange some uneasy glances, the crew of the Black Mast erupts into a chorus of cheers, laughter, and the sharpening of knives as they prepare to show you to their ship. So you guys are in the tavern here, the Last Chance. And you have a few minutes or maybe an hour or so to kind of prepare as the crew begins to exit and prepare the ship for you. Barracuda stays behind and sits with Conan for a while, kind of catching up on old times. What do you guys want to do while you're here?
Drink mostly.
I'm gonna get some supplies.
Can I drink too?
You're not yet, son. Your transformation changed a lot, but not your age.
Can I turn into Conan and be like, can I drink now?
Ow, Papa.
Just demonstrated why you're not ready. Are there any weapons around there? Any decent ones?
Oh, I mean, there's weapons all over the place, but everybody's got a hold of one. Now, the throne...
Any that catch my eye?
The throne that Barracuda is sitting on is made of swords from all over Hyboria. And, it's not exactly sturdy. You can see it kind of shifting under his weight. So there's some loose swords on there, but you probably risk losing an arm if you try to take something from him.
Are there any of them though that really catch my eye? Look like super sharp would be a great.
I mean,
Weapon to
most of
have?
the ones that are on here are really on here for a reason. They're really not battle
crap.
ready. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
There's stuff that he has collected off of foes that he has felled.
Okay.
They're load-bearing swords.
Load bearing swords, yes.
Clag will pull a handkerchief out of his pocket and try to diffuse the smell through it, and walk up to the bar and ask what kind of wine they have.
There is a short little man of about maybe 4'7", with a scraggly mane of hair and one bulging eye that's behind the bar, and he says, "Yeah, what can I get you?"
Pardon, good sir. What kind of wines do you have?
He says, "What kind of wines do we have?" "I have one kind. It's red, and it tastes like diarrhea. Do you want it?"
You had me until the diarrhea part.
Well, it came from
What-
a horse's ass that fed primarily on strawberries and apples, so it's
I
got a
think
good
I'll-
bite to it.
I think I'll pass on that. What else might you have?
Well, I've got ale.
Oh,
Did it come from the same horse?
No, I made that myself.
Came from your ass?
Came from my ass. I like this guy.
so just to confirm, it didn't come from your ass?
And he's in the process of pouring one, and he slides one over to Lopes. That one's on me for the laugh there, good buddy.
Just
Is
drink,
it-
Clag.
Is it palatable?
More palatable than you're being right now.
Fine, and flip a coin. I'll take one.
He fills one up, shoves it in your direction. One for the rest of the family.
I go up to the bar and it's probably a little tall for me, so I'll take one.
Here you go, little missy.
Pardon me?
It's just ale.
You cannot be that thirsty.
After
To-
all the stuff I've done, I can't have an ale.
From this establishment?
I
Do you
huff,
want this
I
to
huff
be
and
your...
pout and walk away.
Do you want this to be your first drink?
It's not my first drink though, remember?
Nah, shh.
You forgot. I mean, wait. You weren't supposed to know about that, I guess.
Uh-huh.
You want me to hit rewind, Thalia?
Go back to the like,
I-
first episode or something.
Danny did allow it once.
He did.
So while this is going on,
Mhm.
can I shapeshift into one of the pirates and kind of walk by and try to do my pickpocket to stretch and, grab the beer or the ale? I mean,
Well,
and
you've got
walk off?
coin from the
It's
cave.
more
if you
fun
want
if
to
I
pay for
take
it. Okay.
Thalia's.
Oh, you're gonna try to take Talia's? Okay.
Yeah, well, she's
all right.
well, you're in the middle of that discussion. I want
Yeah,
to try
we're
to take that.
arguing.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make your roll for the stretch.
Okay. Well, I pickpocketing. Is it okay? I just do
okay,
pickpocketing.
yeah.
I actually put a lot in pickpocketing.
Uh-huh.
or at least
I want to
tied
roll
my agility.
perception.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
No
Okay.
kidding.
I'm not gonna do
I'm s-
karma for this. That's probably not best use for it. so let's just see how straight up roll
There you
does.
go,
It's
78.
yellow.
It's a yellow.
Yeah.
All right, so Thalia, if you make a intuition.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
91. You see his hand just just stretch, and just out of the corner of your eye, and without even looking at the glass or at him, take the glass and just shove it over just a little bit, just out of his reach.
I just like Little fingers.
Awesome.
Oh well.
Sorry, Charlie.
I'll walk along. No ale.
So, Clyde, do you let her take it or no?
Well, since previous Clag did, I guess I will let her have it. One.
And I take a drink of it, and it.
Let me know what you think of it, Missy. It's called the Devil's Armpit.
Bleh, I puke on the floor.
I tried to warn you.
Clag is my brother, right?
Clag is your nephew.
Is he my nephew?
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's a generation lower than you are.
Okay. My notes are wrong.
Is it 5 second rule in this bar for that beer she just?
Yeah, I'm no
question-
longer
Rewind
interested in ale.
Rewind
just so we're
it.
clear.
My question is, did any splatter on my shoes?
Oh yeah, I think I puked on your shoes, Dad. Sorry.
Ugh.
We're all over your pretty shoes.
Is there a restroom somewhere?
Yes, it's in the alley out back.
Funnily
Can I
enough,
have
it's also the distillery.
Do you have a glass of water?
Also in the alley out back, here's a glass. Just fill it up with snow and bring it in. It'll melt quick enough.
Lovely. I'll
Just
go-
stay away from the yellow snow back there.
I'll find an empty table and I'll sit down and pull out another handkerchief out of my pocket and start cleaning my shoes.
Do you have any food, sir?
I don't know if I would trust that.
Like, you cannot be that hungry.
He says, "Just a second." And he goes back into the back, and he comes out with half of a boar.
Mm-hmm. Is it cooked?
That's been carved. It's been cooked. It looks a little slimy.
Okay. Is that all he's got? Is it all you have?
I've got some taters.
I could go for some taters. I think I'll wait on the meat. Thank you.
It's good meat. You don't know what you're missing.
No, unfortunately, I'll probably regret it if I have it.
I killed
I
it
would
myself
probably-
last month.
I'll lean over to Lopes. I would probably trust the meat more than the potatoes. Can you imagine what those potatoes have been through to get here?
Flag, remember what we've been through to get here. I don't think a potato's going to kill me. Have you any hardtack as well, sir? Any type of bread?
Yes. My wife is a baker. I'll have to go upstairs for the bread. We don't give that out to just anybody.
Oh, well, if you're willing to share some with me, then I'd love to buy some from you, but otherwise I'll just take a potato.
It'll cost you a pretty penny.
How many pennies?
3 pennies.
Is it good bread?
It's
How about 2?
3 pennies.
I'll take it.
I'll be right down.
I'll get your pennies.
He disappears
Okay.
for a bit, and then after a few minutes comes back down with a tray of beautiful breads and pastries.
Oh, I see why you charge 3 pennies for it. I'm about to be gone for a very long time, and this may be the last chance I get to enjoy this wonderful bread. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 4 pennies if I can keep the tray they're on.
They're 3 pennies a piece.
A piece? Well, let me try one and see if it's worth it.
All right.
I'm going to give him 3 pennies,
Okay.
and I eat a piece of it.
All right. There's a
Do I need to roll something?
no. There's
Oh.
there's a beautiful
Endurance check.
like cinnamon roll
Uh-huh.
that has like icing on it, still warm.
Oh, yes, that's what I want.
I call it a Cinnabite.
A Cinnabite. Hmm. Interesting name. And I take a big bite of it. Do I need to roll the E for eat on my phase rip?
No, you take a big bite of it, and in your
Is it
whole
bite?
time here on Hyboria, this is absolutely the best thing you've ever tasted. Better than when you guys were back at the town and they had that whole feast prepared for you. This is amazing.
Does Jay smell this?
Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah, as soon as he came
Oh.
downstairs, yeah.
I'm gonna go over there. Grandpoo, can I have a bite?
How much for all of it?
That would be, and he's doing math in his head.
Yeah.
11 pennies. And it should have been way more than 11 pennies.
Yeah.
Flag throws down 12. Keep the change.
Oh,
Family.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jace. Help yourself. And you, sir, please, regards to the wife. This is by far the best thing I've eaten in a long time.
I shall pass it on. She will be so pleased when I bring 12 pennies up to her.
Okay. Do I have like any like little emeralds or anything like that I've kept in my pocket?
I would assume.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
When I finish my ale, I'm gonna put one in the cup and leave it for him.
All right.
He's cracking me up. I just love this guy. I needed this. It's been a shit show. And that cinnamon bun.
Cinnabite.
Cinnabite, yes. Yes. It is divine.
All right. Well,
Okay.
you guys take some time and fill your bellies with good pastries and breads and terrible
Questionable
ale,
liquids.
questionable liquids. And is there anything else that you guys want to do before venturing back out into the cold?
We're all healed, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
I say we go see what kind of horrible ship we're going to be on for the next few days.
Is there anybody here I can arm wrestle before I do?
Oh, sure. You've got a wealth of individuals that you could arm wrestle with.
Well, I'm just going to point to a guy with big arms and ask him if he wants to arm wrestle. For a pastry.
All right, so
Flag goes, no, I'm good.
you see a guy that's kind of sitting by himself over in the corner and just kind of watching the whole room. He is about the size of Conan, big, muscular, and he wears a bear's pelt that comes up over his head like a hood, so like the maw of the bear is kind of shrouding his eyes a little bit.
All right, that's kind of cool. I'm going to go over to him with a Cenobite
All right.
and set it down and say, do you arm wrestle?
He lifts up one of his arms and he looks at it. He says, I have never wrestled my arm. Why would I wrestle my arm?
Jace, come here and watch your grandpoo get his ass kicked.
Perhaps I should explain.
Can't wait.
Your arm will wrestle with mine. Elbows on the table, hands clasped. I push your arm down, you try to push mine down. Whoever's hand touches the table first loses. I will wrestle you, that pelt, for this Cenobite. If I win, I get your bear. You win, you get my delicious treat.
This sounds like a deal.
Excellent. Okay.
And he takes his muscly arm and lands it on the
shakes.
table. Yeah. The table shakes.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
Can people see Zapole? Like, if I like manifest the energy, does it actually like a form appear?
Well, generally, yes.
Oh, okay.
But,
I'm
I mean, what are you thinking here?
that I'm gonna have Zapole
He wants
like
to cheat. He's asking if he
yeah,
can
I'm
cheat. He wants
cheating
to cheat. He
basically.
wants to cheat. He's a
Yeah,
cheater.
yeah. Because that mall is pretty freaking cool, and I think it'd look great on me.
So, basically, what you're saying here is you kind of want Zapole to manifest within you.
Yeah, yeah, to help like push the arm over.
Okay. So, this would be a power stunt.
Okay.
You would spend 100 karma points
This is
and
so dumb.
and call karma,
All right.
and you have to get a red for the first time that you try this. So
Okay.
you have to at least roll a yellow to be able
And then
to
karma
succeed.
my way up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
so spend your 100.
This is for morale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Take my karma. Do it.
All right. So I took 100 off. What do I roll here?
You're gonna roll
P
strength.
for strength. That's S, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm calling karma.
Yep.
So I'm gonna lock arms with him.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna invite Jace to come over and put his stretchy hand on top to do the countdown. And when he lifts it away is when we go.
All right. You explain this to this.
Yeah, I've
fella.
explained it to the guy that when he lifts his hand and says go, you take my arm and push this way, I will push that way. So
So Jace goes, "This is so cool," and I got like icing over my face. So then my tongue comes out real long and and then
Jace, we're in a restaurant of sorts.
I feel like this clientele would appreciate it. And I'll put my stretchy hand over there and then lift.
Okay. I'm rolling.
All right.
Karma.
Okay. So now that was your strength, right?
It was S under phase rip.
Okay.
Did I do it right?
And what's Zapole's strength?
Zapole strength?
Mhm.
How do I get to him?
If you go to the actor's screen, can you click on Zapole?
Let me see. Do I double click him? Ooh, yeah. 30. Remarkable.
Okay, so that will give you
Same
a
as mine.
+1 column shift. So based on your roll, that would have been on the incredible column on 64, which I think is still a green. Oh, and you called karma though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a green does not get you the power stunt.
Yep, okay.
And even getting it up to a yellow does not. So
Isn't going to do anything.
just spend 10 karma points. That's all you
Okay.
need to spend. So you try to manifest Zapole, and you get just a little bit of a flicker, but it's not
Yeah.
quite enough to get him to manifest inside you. However, you're rolling on the remarkable table. You got a green. He got a white. So he completely underestimates you, and you like very quickly take him down. And he screams bloody murder. Ah! No! 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 And he starts bouncing in his seat so hard that he cracks the seat and then it topples and he goes over backwards. Again! Again!
We had a deal. I win the bear.
2 out of 3.
I win the bear.
He grabs you by your shirt or by your cloak and pulls you into him, and he says, 2 out of 3.
I lift up the Cenobite.
Ah!
The bear.
Let's see here. I'm gonna roll his reason. Oh, okay. He did okay. And he lets go, and he takes off the cloak, and he throws it at you.
All right. I'm going to put it on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to push the Cenobite over to him.
He looks at the Cenobite, and he snatches it off the table, and like he is completely bare chested now. And he takes it off the table, and he goes over to the front door, and he throws it open, and the wind hits him, and his nipples go bing bing. And he lumbers out into the snow, weeping.
Just eating a Cenobite,
Eating
tears
a
falling
Cenobite.
into the... Oh, I put my arm around Jace and I say, how about we go look at that ship?
Looks good. Good
Do you
plan.
think you could morph into one of these?
A bear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've got it over my head and I'm messing with the
I
jaw.
don't want to mess it. I don't want to be a bear rug, but maybe a bear. Although,
Well. Oh, Lord.
can I try? Can I be like, yeah, let's try?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
What do I roll?
You're shape shifting.
That'd be the S on phase rip. These letters are great. They thought of everything.
They apply to everything.
88.
Ooh, got a yellow. 88. Oof.
All right, you turn into a bear cub.
Aww.
I mean, you can't increase your size too much. I mean, you can maybe get up to about like Conan's size, but I mean, it's a small bear. Maybe not a cub, but a small bear.
Can I talk? Or is it
Yeah, you
bear
can talk.
noises?
Yeah.
Did it work? How do I look?
Terrifying, Jace. Terrifying.
And the
Just say don't start forest fires.
all of the people in the bar now are looking at this this tiny bear and backing up.
I'll raise up my
Drawing
leg and go,
swords.
everybody, just bear with me. You've all been drinking too much. You're hallucinating.
Some of them are making curse signs in your directions.
All right, Jace. I think that's enough fun for tonight. I hope you understand what I was doing here. And then I just walk out. Letting him figure out what the grandpoo. What is that what it is? Yes, grandpoo
I
lesson
know,
was.
grandpoo, yeah. I go, yeah, okay. I think so. And I'll go follow him. I'll paddle on and follow him.
Just lumbering behind. I wasted 110 karma points and it was absolutely worth it.
Glad you think so.
All right, so you guys make your way out of the bar and onto the docks of Yan Yoga, which are shrouded in mist. And you walk down into the docks and you see the hull of the waiting ship, the Black Mast. The crew, hard-faced, scarred, and watchful, move about the deck like wolves, their eyes flicking toward the newcomers, with quiet suspicion. Captain Barracuda, broad as a bear and twice as mean, stands at the gangplank, his single gold tooth flashing as he chews a sliver of bone. And Conan, Red Sonja, and Fan Fei wait for you there at the docks. Conan steps forward, nodding towards the ship. The Black Mast will take you south, into waters few dare to sail. Your path leads you to the savage land. a place where time itself has forgotten to move. If you think you've seen danger, you are about to be humbled. The beasts that walk that land are not the petty monsters of men's nightmares. They are ancient things, older than kings and empires. Dinosaurs, great cats, winged terrors that blot out the sun. But worse than the beasts are the men who would tame them. The savage land is home to warring tribes, sorcerers who bend the jungle to their will, and monsters that wear human faces. If the Everwinter has reached its borders, then something has gone terribly wrong. The land itself may turn against you. He folds his arms, studying you with his warrior's keen eye. But you are no soft-bellied fools. If anyone can carve a path through that cursed place, it's you. Sonia, who's been kind of resting up against one of the poles there at the dock, flicks her dagger into the air and catches it effortlessly. Conan tells me you seek the company of Kazar. He is a wild man, a master of beasts with a saber-toothed cat at his side. He knows the savage land better than any living soul. If anyone can help you survive, it's him. You will see a volcano on your arrival on the shores of the savage land. If Barracuda's aim is true, that is. Head towards the base of the volcano and follow the path. I have camped with Kazar and his woman there. Fan Fei exhales softly, her voice like wind through the old trees. Fate does not weave its threads kindly. Your hands are upon the loom now. What you weave next is yours to decide. Be warned, the land's magic is ancient, and not all who enter it return unchanged. Conan steps back, his piercing gaze lingering a moment longer. You've done well here on Hyboria, but your trials are far from over. Keep your wits about you, trust your brain, and trust your steel. And don't hesitate when the moment calls for blood. Sonia grins. And if you die, try to make it look good. No one likes a boring death. Fan Fei bows slightly. Fortune favors the bold. Go well, warriors. Conan nods one final time, his expression unreadable. If the fates allow, we will meet again. Until then, may your enemies die screaming. And with that, the three warriors turn away, their silhouettes fading into the mist of the docks, leaving you with the call of the gulls, the creak of the ship's ropes, and the vast unknown waiting beyond the waves.
Have fun storming the castle.
As you step onto the docks, the ship is an imposing sight. The Black Mast, a monstrous vessel that looks as if it has clawed its way from the abyss itself. The ship's hull is a patchwork of dark, salt-stained wood reinforced with iron plating, giving it the appearance of something more war machine than sailing vessel. And I'm going to pull you there so you can kind of see it. The prow is shaped into the leering maw of a shark, its jagged teeth worn smooth by time and tide, while the ship's namesake, a towering mast as black as midnight, rises high into the storm-darkened sky. The sails, stitched together from countless stolen banners and scavenged cloth, hang heavily with mist. their ragged edges fluttering like tattered remnants of a fallen empire. Lanterns swing from the rigging, casting eerie greenish glow from within their weathered glass casings, illuminating the deck with a spectral light. The ship smells of the sea, salt, tar, and something fouler underneath. The deck is slick with brine, and you can see the scars of past battles etched into the wood. Claw marks, musket holes, and deep gouges of cutlasses and boarding axes. Heavy chains hanging from the railings, some rusted through, others still bearing manacles at their ends, ghosts of past captives lost to the sea, or worse. The crew is no less foreboding, hardened men and women, their faces etched with years of violence and survival. They move about the deck with an eerie efficiency. Some bear brands of former servitude, others wear jewelry made of bone and gold. A handful of them regard you with unreadable expressions, their eyes glittering beneath tricorn hats and bandanas, while others mutter to one another in hushed tones. At the heart of it all, standing near the wheel now, is Captain Barracuda himself, a living legend of the high seas. His heavy red coat billows in the sea breeze, and the hilt of a brutal-looking cutlass gleams at his hip. His gold tooth flashes as he grins at your arrival, though whether it is in amusement or anticipation is unclear. The Black Mast is not just a ship. It is a predator, a beast of the waves, waiting to be unleashed upon the treacherous waters ahead. Anchor up, me hearties! The savage land awaits. And with that, he kind of turns you over to a few of the pirates who kind of take you down into the underbelly of the ship and kind of show you around to the meager quarters that they've kind of set aside for the family to reside in. It's one room with a series of 6 bunks that is just enough room for all of you to be able to catch some shut-eye should you desire. At this point, it's pretty late in the evening, and you kind of feel the weight of all of your travels kind of weighing heavily on you now. And more than likely, unless there's anything in particular you want to discuss before turning in, it's probably best to catch some shut-eye.
Yeah, I'm good to just go straight to sleep.
I would get ready to go to sleep, but then caution Jace about using his newfound changing abilities to mess with people on this boat, lest he gets thrown over for some stupid reason.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Not at all. I wonder though, could I turn into a fish?
But could you get back on the boat if you did?
Could I turn into an octopus that can climb a boat? These are all fascinating questions, but I'm going to sleep on them, I think, though.
Yes, they're not questions that need answers, Jace.
Well, as you guys turn in for the night, I'm going to have everybody roll an endurance roll for me, please.
Uh-oh. See if we get seasick or something?
Yep.
That's the E on phase rip, right?
Yep.
No, that's the F on phase rip.
It's the P for puke.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna puke everywhere. I wasted my one good roll winning a bear hat.
All right, Lopes, Thalia, and Jace. The 3 of you have a rough night. The rocking of the ship back and forth. There's a storm out at the sea, and it seems like it's a never-ending storm. The ship is rocking violently back and forth all night, and none of the 3 of you really catch a wink of sleep the entire night. And as as the dawn begins to rise, you can barely tell that it is because of the overcast day that's out there. Um, you finally just pull yourselves up out of bed and just begin to kind of wander about, just trying to get your sea legs under you. And eventually the rest of the family kind of comes to. The rest of you did okay. I mean, but you certainly feel, the queasiness in your stomachs. But the rest of you are a little bit better off.
Oh, I forget. Is Maximus still with us?
Oh yeah, Maximus. Yeah, he's still with you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm. I just didn't drop him onto the map there, but yeah, Maximus is still with you. Yeah, because he wants to get off this planet just as much,
Okay.
if not more, than you do.
How was
Um,
Maximus's night?
oh
His
well,
map.
Yeah.
let's see how he did. Where is old Maximus? There he is. Oop, that's the wrong thing. Try again. Maximus did okay. Yep, he's all right. Once you guys wake up, some of the there's a cook on the ship that will prepare some food. It's meager at best. Some salted meats that you can't quite really tell what it is, and some ale for breakfast. That's pretty much all that they've got. Maybe a little bit of rum, but they kind of save that for dinner. Um, but you get a little bit of food in you to kind of settle your stomachs, and come back out onto the deck of the ship as the Black Mast cuts through the icy waters like a dagger. The black sails billowing against the cold winds, howling across the frozen sea. For those of you that have not experienced this before, being out here in the middle of the ocean is like nothing you've ever experienced before. The ocean stretches out in front of you, an endless expanse of steel gray waves capped with ice. Occasionally, you spotted some jagged icebergs looming like the bones of ancient giants, their frozen surfaces reflecting the pale glow of the distant sun. The crew moves about the deck with an uneasy rhythm, their usual grumbling kept to murmurs, as if they fear waking something beneath the waves. Captain Barracuda, wrapped in his red cloak, stands at the helm, scanning the horizon. His gold tooth flashes as he barks orders, and his men scramble to follow. When he sees you arrive on the deck, his attention turns to you, and he leans against the railing with a grin that reeks of salt and mischief. And you guys are basically just kind of traveling the sea right now.
I'm gonna be practicing somewhere away from the dudes with my new axe I got out of the cave. Just kind of like mimicking. I'm not good at it yet, obviously, but I'm gonna be mimicking like what Conan would do with his sword. Just kind of goofing around.
I'll go up into the crow's nest and just hang from it and just say, "Is this all you've got? Is this all you've got?"
I want to
I'll
go
just-
up to the. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Jason's gonna go up to the very front.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like wrap my right leg somewhere so I'm anchored, and I'm extend myself up forward and spread my arms out like the king of the world.
I will find a quiet place where I can watch Thalia. For paying too much attention to her.
I'm
I'd
gonna
like
talk
to
to.
use Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lopes.
No, you go.
Oh, I was going to say I'd like to use my hyper invention and maybe work with Larry to create a fix for the bed situation to maybe try to ease the turbulence for future evenings.
Okay. Let me pull Larry's up here. So, let's see. What's your power?
Hyper invention remarkable.
Okay. All right. So you roll yours. I'll roll Larry's.
Okay. Is Larry using karma?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that. So you'll be able to
Very
get yours
nice.
up to red. He gets a yellow. And gathering, some found items, he begins to kind of mold, kind of like shock absorbers. And the two of you are able to kind of install these things underneath the bunks. And you give it a shot, hop on one of the bunks, and it's really standing here and looking at the bunks with the shocks underneath is a little unnerving because it looks like they are moving in opposition of where the floor is moving. So that's a little unsettling. But if you get on it, then it feels like you are almost completely still.
Sweet.
So as long as you close your eyes when you're getting ready for bed, it should be fine. Actually, Larry will probably attempt to, create an on and off switch on those things so that you can get in the bed and then flick a switch and then turn them on. So it makes it a little bit easier to get ready for bed.
Very good. If he were here, he would make a magic fingers joke, I'm sure.
Yes, he probably would. Yeah. Can I install some magic fingers on the things? Yes. Yes. Yes, Larry, you can.
I'm gonna go talk to Barracuda for a minute.
All right.
I'm just gonna go up to the front of the deck and. So, have you been to the Savage Lands before?
I have, on many
Is it
an
as-
occasion.
And is it as bad as Conan made it sound?
Worse.
So when we get there, will any of you or your crew be accompanying us?
I have no need to set foot on that land.
Well, then is there anything you can tell me that would help?
My best advice, watch where you step. There are all manners of critters on that island. Older than time itself. And angrier than the sun.
Like fire swamps,
Aye, there be swamps of fire.
rodents of unusual size.
Lizards.
Okay. How long do you think it will take us before we arrive?
About 3 days' time from where we are if the wind is at our backs.
All right.
Captain, look ahead! There are 2 crow's nests, Griffin, by the way. And the guy that's at the main up front is kind of pointing out to sea in the kind of southwesterly direction. Ship ahoy! Barracuda gets out a telescope and begins to scout the ship that's off in the distance. Hmm. Ghost ship.
Ghost ship. What's that?
You're not a seafarer, are you?
No.
Ain't nothing worse than a ship without a crew.
What happened?
Who knows any manner of things. Years ago, before I took the Black Mast, there was a merchant vessel called the Sea Widow. Good ship, fast, but cursed, or so they said. I set out from Lemuria, bound for the Western Isles. Carried all manner of cargo, spices, silks, even a few casks of the finest black rum. It should have been an easy voyage. But then, the ship turned up. Weeks later, just drifting out open in the open sea. No crew, no passengers. Sails were torn, but she still rode the waves like she had a purpose, like something was guiding her. A salvage crew boarded her, thinking they'd claim a fortune, but the hold, empty. Not a drop of cargo, not a scrap of food, not even the ship's log. They found the captain's quarters last, door locked from the inside. When they forced their way in, there he was, sitting at his desk, staring out the window, skin like old leather, hands just folded in his lap. Dead. Weeks dead. But there weren't no signs of a struggle. No wounds, no clues, just that old man sitting there, like he'd been waiting for something. They say the ship set sail again, vanishing into a fog that rolled in out of nowhere. And now, every so often, sailors swear they see it. The Sea Widow. Still drifting, still sailing, looking for something she never found. I think that'd be her.
Do you plan to board it or avoid it?
Avoid that one like the Black Plague.
From up on the crow's nest, you can hear Griffin shouting, "Just kidding! You can take your worst and send it somewhere else!"
Can I roll my what is it? My what is it? Environmental awareness?
Yeah, it goes out, what, 3 miles?
1 mile. Are we close enough?
Hold on. Is it just 1 mile? I think it depends on how you roll.
Oh, okay. I can go out to 6 miles.
Okay.
Hold on. Exceeding it requires a feat. +1 column shift, green 2 miles, +2 column shifts, yellow 3 miles.
Okay. Yeah, so it's between 2 to 3 miles out. So you would probably need to get a yellow to be able to sense life.
Okay. I'm gonna call Karma. And roll that. Yeah, my environmental awareness.
Okay.
All right. Karma. Ooh.
67.
All right, cool.
All right.
Did that get me what? Can I take that up to red, or should I?
Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you can,
Is it
but
gonna
I mean,
matter?
it doesn't necessarily matter. So I would just spend the 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did that. Spent my 10.
So it's within the range of a yellow. So.
Okay.
So since life is broad, so you sense all life within that radius. So there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot in the sea.
Yeah.
But if you try and hone in the focus on just the ship itself, there is no life on that ship.
Okay. That was more for my own curiosity.
Now,
Does someone
what you
have-
do... sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, does someone have a looking glass type thing or anything?
Yeah, Barracuda does, yeah.
Barracuda.
He
Can I ask him to borrow it?
Yeah, he just hands it over to you.
And I'll put it up, trying to use my hypervision to focus in on it a little bit better. See if I can see any signs of life, any signs of what boat it is.
The upper deck is completely bare.
Okay.
And the ships are rotten and tattered. Or the sails are rotten and tattered. But the ship is moving on its own accord. And I mean, you know very little about seafaring, but like the wind is at your backs right now, and the sails are full here on the Black Mast, and you are moving in a southerly direction. This thing is moving perpendicular to you,
Okay.
and
There any
at roughly the same clip.
there any distinctive features of the boat that I can tell them about?
On the front of the mast, you see a carving of a winged serpent.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll hand it back to him and say, I don't see anybody on the deck, on the upper decks, but the sails are in tatters. The movement is odd, though. It's moving perpendicular to the way we are moving.
It sounds like the widow.
Are there any distinctive features on the boat? This one has a winged serpent in front of the mast.
Hey, that's she. 'Tis a bad omen. And when he says 'tis a bad omen, Lopes, that since life, you, like I said, you felt, life all around you. You honed in on the ship, and as you're kind of shutting it down, it broadens back out, but you feel something in the water, some things in the water moving very quickly towards the front of the boat.
Of our boat?
Yep.
Okay.
Torpedoes!
But they're alive, what I'm sensing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Captain, is there anything in these waters that would move, that would attack a ship such as ours?
Any manner of things.
Anything that would move very quickly in a small group towards us?
Well, there are dolphins that move in schools, large groups.
We may have a group of dolphins heading towards us, or something worse.
That should be nothing to worry about. And when he says
From
that,
high up. Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
go ahead.
I don't. I'm just like from high up.
Mhm.
Would you, like, since I am high up, would I be able to see anything coming
Make
towards
an
the ship?
intuition roll.
Nope.
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 Mm-mm.
Nope.
Jace excitedly says, "Yeah, maybe I can see if I can turn into a dolphin."
With the last words that were spoken from Barracuda, nothing to be too
worry
concerned about.
If I hear him say that, I'm going to grab onto something.
You hear a low guttural crooning that drifts across the water. A sound not of men nor beast, but something in between. The melody is wrong, and it shifts and twists in ways that make the hairs on your arms stand on end. The crew stops what they're doing, and they stir uneasily, hands tightening around hilts and harpoons. And then the first one strikes. A webbed claw shoots up over the railing next to where Jace is located. Its skin slick and mottled green, pulling itself up onto the deck. Its tall, lean figure with bulging fish-like eyes and a mouth filled with jagged teeth. Its body reeking of brine and rot. More follow, clambering over the ship's edge like spiders, their claws gleaming in the moonlight. And this is what you see. Give me a moment.
Jace is like, not a dolphin, not a dolphin.
Gotta get them into place. Oh no, oh no. Now I gotta do it individually. Shit. Alright, so this is what you see. You see them appearing?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
They look fabulous.
They look gorgeous, darling.
Look like they work out.
Really.
Look at those
They've-
abs.
Now
They've
that's a
had some-
swimmer's
That's,
build right
that's an
there.
8-pack.
They've had some work done.
Yeesh.
All right,
Make
so
anyone any
this
good.
is basically what you see. These grayish green kind of creatures with these gaping maws with big gnashy pointy teeth and gills on the sides, and almost like a mohawk of these really sharp pointed scales that run all the way down down their backs, and they are boarding the ship and making their way towards each of you. So let me kind of put you guys where you said you were. So Jace, you were up here close to the front. Griffin, you were in the crow's nest about right here.
Yep.
Barracuda would have been about right here with Lopes and Flag about right here. Thalia, Usharia, you guys didn't really tell me exactly where you were. Usharia, I guess maybe you and Larry still down in the quarters down underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Thalia?
And I was somewhere where I could be swinging an axe. I just didn't know where that was.
Oh, okay, cool.
On
All right.
top somewhere.
All right.
So put me where you think
All
I
right.
need to be.
Well, I'll put you right there. How's that?
Thank you.
Okay. And with that, I suppose we should probably roll initiative. Let me get us in a combat.
Out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
do we know what dolphins are?
Yeah, probably not. No. This
Wonderful.
very well could be dolphins.
Yes.
As far as you're concerned.
I imagined them different.
Jace is like, these are my dolphin friends.
All right. And then Lopes, what's your bonus?
Doesn't matter.
It might.
Is that my initiative?
Yeah.
+1.
Okay. Let's see. Barracuda has a +3.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I rolled a 9.
Griffin,
+2.
Usharia,
+4.
Jace,
+1.
Thalia,
3.
Clag,
2.
2.
2.
Does Larry have a bonus? He does. He's got +2. Okay. I think that's everybody. So, at the top of initiative, we've got Usharia.
Who's in the hold and know what's going on.
Yeah, you, well, actually, I'll tell you what. Give me 1 second here. Nope. Yeah, you got no idea. 16. I was rolling for your precog to see if you saw this coming, and you did not. But you now hear, like on the sides of the ship, just the scuttering kind of sound, and it's coming from all over. And you now hear kind of shouts and screams coming from up on the deck. So you can make your way up and out roughly in the position where I've got you right there.
Okay. Is it all right if I hold my action?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That then would go to Barracuda. Ooh, Barracuda.
I was waiting for that.
Yep.
And he makes his way towards the deep one that's over towards the front of the ship here. And well, I don't think he's going to quite get that close. He's going to back up this way, and he's going to take a shot at the thing. Maybe he's going to take a shot. There we go. Got a 75 to hit. And that does how much damage? All right, so he draws his blunderbuss, aims it at one of the deep ones, fires a shot, and it sends out an explosive blast from the gun. And let's see, that does. All right. He's going to roll initiative. And that thing gets blown off the front of the ship and disappears. Griffin.
Yes, sir. Okay. Let's see. You see this guy right there?
Yeah.
I don't really like that guy. And I think I'm gonna let gravity do the work here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hop down from the crow's nest and I'm gonna try and just land just straight down with the flail spear right on the noggin.
All right.
I don't know if anything other than just like a regular attack is what you want from me.
Yeah, I think just a regular attack, but on the damage, I'll give you a +1 column shift for the area that you're jumping down.
Perfect. All right then. I will call Karma.
Good thing.
Good thing. It's a very good thing that I called the Karma.
Need a 21 to get a green.
Oh my goodness. Okay, got it. Alrighty. Alrighty, that is spent. I've taken it to green.
And how much damage?
Monstrous.
All right. That's
Sorry, my bad. Amazing. My bad. Amazing.
That's with the +1 column shift.
No, the amazing is normal.
Okay, so monstrous with the +1 then, right?
Like I said, monstrous.
All right.
I didn't.
All right, so you jump down with the flail spear and pierce this thing through the upper quadrant, like in the upper right shoulder, goes right through it, and you pin it down to the deck of the ship.
As I do that, I say, "Ugh, dolphins are disgusting."
Lopes.
Okay, so, well, sorry, I was clicking the wrong thing here. All right, so I've got one very near me, right next to Clag. So I'm going to step over here, and I'm going to hit it with my Null Blade.
Right.
And I'm going to call Karma. And I also say, dolphins, the word suggests a majestic creature. And then I'm going to roll a 38.
38. And you use Call to Karma to get that up to a
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
You need a 46, so spend your 10.
Okay.
And how much damage does that do?
That does amazing damage.
Okay.
You mean to roll damage?
Nope.
Oh, that's a bummer. I like rolling.
All right, so you hit it, sear its flesh, and it lets out this. And you cut a big gash, which immediately cauterizes when you hit it. Thalia.
I've got my axe out already. I don't have it on my sheet, but I'm gonna step into it and try to do it two-handed.
Okay.
Put both hands behind it. And I would like to add my kinetic control to it. So like I'm gonna do a beautifully choreographed spin and come around and try to get it.
Okay.
Because I know how to do that now, apparently.
Yeah.
And Andy's not here to tell me I can't.
So this will be just a basic fighting feat.
Yeah. Karma. Oof.
It's 25 on the
spin
remarkable.
all the way off the boat.
Got to get it up to 66 to get it a yellow.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Sure, why not?
And then that will be incredible damage. With the telekinesis behind it, or the kinetic control behind it.
Okay.
Jace.
So the wrestling has sumo in it too, right? So I'm gonna see if I can be like, oh, cool, and be like, get off my ship, you ugly dolphin, and just slam into it and try to do a grappling slam attack to knock it off
All right.
the boat. Maybe do a little damage depending on if it has body armor or not. But so I'm gonna row my grappling, and I've been saving up karma for a while, at least back before the armor came off.
Mm-hmm.
I never used it. I was saved it up and decided I need to really improve my fighting, so I did raise it up a rank. So I need to update my karma though to reflect that. But so I'm gonna roll compared to that, and so that is going to be grappling attack karma.
And for the record, just since you know that we are playing with a lot of different mythologies here in Galaxies, these deep ones are a Cthulhu myth from the Shadow over Innsmouth. Any Cthulhu fans out there?
Yep, I was wondering if it might have been that. Or really ugly Atlanteans. So can I raise that up to yellow, maybe?
Yep. Mm-hmm. On the 42 on the monstrous, you got to get it up to a 46. So 10 will do it.
Okay.
And you're looking for a potential slam, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a grappling slam, knock it off, and do some damage.
It will do it. Yeah.
Okay. So it says, I'm assuming my damage comes from strength. So grappling does a +1 column shift, so that would be a 30 total.
Okay.
And does it knock it off the boat?
It does.
Cool. Of course, I guess I didn't really do sumo. Whatever the equivalent sumo is on a roll.
All right, Maximus. Does a thing. All right. Just making a little mark here. And you see one of the deep ones leap over to one of the other ones and attack it with its claws and misses. So it didn't go so well. It's Larry's turn. Larry grabs hold of a rope and transforms it into a bladed whip. And that's all he can do for this round. Flag.
I'm gonna roll for multiples.
Okay.
Karma. That should give me 2, right?
That will give you a total of 3.
That will give me 3. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. I can get it to red. All righty. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Manrike Gushari and attack the one that Lopes attacked next to me. But I'm going to take it and wrap it around his neck and then throw him over the side of the boat by hauling him across my back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Say it again.
I'm going to take the Manrike Gusari,
Mm-hmm.
attack him with it, get it wrapped around his neck,
Mm-hmm.
and haul him, and like in the same movement, haul him over my back across the side, off the side of the boat.
Okay.
So that would be, want me to roll fighting for that?
Strength.
Strength, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the same no matter what. So karma.
Yeah, 29.
And I need the karma for that.
36. So 10 will get you to green.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to wrap it around, but you're not able to pull them over the edge.
Gotcha. Well, now I'm going to, with him in tow, I will hyperleap towards that one. Why is it not pulsing? You see where I am?
Oh, yeah, I got you. Uh-huh.
Gotcha. I will hyperleap with the thing wrapped around his neck, with him with me, towards that deep one right there. How many is that? So that is 50 feet.
Okay. So that's basically 2 areas.
Yeah, basically.
And you're using this one as a battering ram, I take it?
Yep, that's the plan.
All right.
And then try to bowling pin the one behind him.
Gotcha.
So we'll call karma on that.
All right. 63.
And you know what? We'll go ahead and get that up to the red.
Okay. And damage +1 con shift.
That would be amazing damage then.
Okay. Yeah, so that's 40. B. Okay, so you leap, flipping that thing over and just ramming it into the other deep one, who then hits the other one. Each of them are going to have to roll an endurance, or the 2 are going to have to roll an endurance that aren't attached to you. He got a 99, and the other one got a 41. So the one on the end It's like those what do you call them? Those the balls that clack, right?
Yeah,
The
they have a name, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, the one runs into the other one
Being
and
newt-
sends him flying one area. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So roughly about right there. But that's a second level over top. So he will land probably just a little bit beyond, about right in there. Um, the one that you hit that is still in the same spot at this point looks back at you and sneers and says, "It is I. We need to come up with a code."
Oh, yeah, probably a good idea.
All right, now it's all the deep one's turns. So the deep one that you have, Clag, is going to attempt to wrench its way out of the Menriku Gusari's grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 42 on strength to do that, which I don't think beats your. Well, you got a green, right?
Yeah, it's incredible grappling strength,
Oh, incredible grappling strength. Okay.
if that matters.
It does. So no, he's not able to get out of it. Going round robin here, this deep one is going to attack with his claws. Getting a 27 and misses this pirate. This one is going to attack this pirate with his claws. A 73 to hit, which is a yellow. And does a good amount of damage to that guy. This one here gangs up on him. Takes a swipe and misses. Griffin, the one that you have pinned to the deck, reaches up and claws at you, getting a 42 to hit. Do you wish to take it or do you wish to evade?
I will evade.
Okay, so make a fighting roll, please.
Karma.
All right. So you are at a -2 column shift to any attacks coming to you. And that is enough to avoid that hit.
Nice.
This deep one attacks his pirate. Getting 66 to hit. Thalia, the one that you axed, takes a swipe at you. Misses with an 8. This deep one attacks pirate. Getting an 86 to hit, which is a yellow possible stun. And he is stunned. For 5 rounds. This deep one charges over to Chase and is going to attempt to knock you off the front of the ship. Got a 69. Doesn't count for him.
No, is that critical?
So it's just a green. He does grab you with his claws, which do excellent damage.
Okay, no. That's exactly what body armor is. Is that okay? Is that negated 100% then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it for those guys. So the pirates now are going to attack. I'm just going to make one attack for these guys. And they got a 10. They're not doing very well. Usharia, it comes back to you for this round. So you were holding your actions.
Yes. I'd like to use the Vibarang on the closest one. This guy next to the pirate, I suppose.
All right, so that's on a different level of the ship. You can't see him from your vantage point.
I'm down here. Okay.
So you're one level below that.
Okay.
So you can
I
see
will-
see the one that is with Thalia. You can see the one
Yeah.
that's with Griffin, the two with Clag, and the one on the far end over here.
Okay. I think I have the clearer shot to the one on the far end.
Okay.
And that'll give me some momentum on the thing. So do Vibrang. Okay. So that's with the cosmic awareness. I get a column shift and it'll be monstrous.
All right.
I'll use karma.
92. Roll endurance for this guy. Okay, he's not going to die. How much damage does that do?
Oh, merely a flesh wound. Remarkable.
Okay. All right, so you hit it, cut it, and the Vibrang comes back to you. It's coming back around to your action for the next round. And you become aware of something off to the right of the ship. And if y'all can see this, this is what you now see. Rising from the ocean off to the right, this many tentacled thing has arrived.
I'm gonna ask one of the pirates. Is this a dolphin? So they look like.
This massive shape breaks the surface, sending waves crashing over the deck. Tentacles, thick as tree trunks, slither up from the black waters, dripping with sea water and gore. The Octolus, the Leviathan of the deep, has come. This monstrous maw, lined with serrated edges, clacks hungrily. Its many glowing eyes, like lanterns in the dark, sweep over the ship, seeking prey. The beast's roar is not a sound, but a vibration, a deep, gut-wrenching hum that shakes the bones of the ship and every soul aboard. The deep ones shriek in fear, some throwing themselves overboard rather than face the horror. The crew, already bloodied and exhausted, stare in mute horror as the beast's massive tentacles rise into the sky and then strike down with crushing force. And we're going to make a little attack. I got a 92. And the ship shudders at this strike and begins to tip sideways, and everyone is thrown towards the other side of the ship, close to this Leviathan. And I think we'll call that as our cliffhanger for next episode, since it's 10 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
Quick question, Chris. Was there any energy from that I could absorb?
Yeah, yeah, that would probably be about amazing.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I have a correction. Everything tips except the beds.
Except for the beds, yes. How many of you have seen the movie Deep Rising?
I don't think I have.
I don't know if I have.
Okay, so this is the creature from Deep Rising,
Okay.
the Octolus.
We'll watch that.
It'll be easy, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in its mouth.
Was it nukes that did it? Did they kill it with nukes?
All right, so we'll leave that for next time. So those of you watching out there in Twitch land and YouTube, thanks for watching tonight, and we'll catch you on the flip side in 2 weeks.